What up? What up? We are back for act number 2 of
Yes.
Savages.
And it is I, Benicio del Toro. It is me. I took off the hat was the big reveal. The whole time it was you. And last time on Silver Screen Breakdowns,
we meet our main characters, Ben, Chon, and Ophelia. And the cartel wants their business. They are the most premier weed growers this side of Southern California. And when they come, they're planning on running, but the cartel's got eyes everywhere. They know that they're planning on running. They steal Ophelia, they kidnap her. And this is where we pick back up in the movie. Now, when they realize that they kidnap her is because they get another, they're like live, they're like sending them a Zoom to like a dungeon. Like it's this shit that we've been seeing this whole time. Straight up Zoom conference with Ophelia, getting the shit beat out of her, bleeding, tied up.
Cut her fucking fingers off.
It's all bad. It is all bad. They're freaking out. They even got the little anime shit in there where like they like cut off her head and it's like going around and the blood all over. And
it's crazy because you know what I'm saying? Like, see, they had some talents here.
Yeah.
You know, they got their hands in everything. They got a fucking lead fucking graphic designer. You know what I'm saying? Doing a fucking CGI. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, and Ben's already fucked mentally. Like right at this point, you can see him. He's like shitting himself. Like,
and I like it because John, he's ready to sacrifice her. He don't give a fuck. He's like, listen, it just comes to the territory. He didn't say that, but you know. Plus, I can always his facial expression is always flat.
Yeah.
So I'm just always in my head putting it in what I think he's thinking at that moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's ready to chalk her up for the L. But of course, they're gonna go in.
Well. See, not really.
They immediately figuring out how they're going to leverage it. Right? They're like, all right, we got to find this motherfucker's daughter.
I think if she's a casualty of war, she's a casualty of war. But he already said, I've never left. He says it later. I never left a man behind, and I'm not going to now.
And then Ben starts thinking, well, she is a woman. Let's fucking blow this popsicle stand, bro. Ben is not built for this shit.
No, it gets real intense real quick because she talks shit to Ben, but she was like, where's Mr. Eat Shit Caviar? And tells him to get his gun. Put your gun in your mouth. And he like takes a second. And she's like, cut off 2 of her fingers. He's like, all right, I'm doing it. Makes him put the gun in his mouth, put your finger on the trigger. And like, he's ready to do it. Like, if it meant like saving her, he was going to do it. And yeah, you could tell. He knows it's about to go down. You just see he starts heart's beating. Like, man, puts his head back and shit. And like Ben's about to like cry and shit himself.
Yeah.
John looks fucked in the face after this.
This is the most expressions I've ever seen John have. I ain't gonna lie.
It's wild. It's wild. And now,
I guess the pussy was that good. I ain't gonna lie. Then to put the gun in the mouth.
Yeah. And so now, she says, you got work to do. You got 7 hours to get 300 pounds down to Chula Vista. And from where they're at, that's probably like an hour and a half drive if there's no traffic, plus getting all the 300 pounds and all that and being able to get down there.
Yeah. And where they at? Where, like, geographically?
They're in Laguna Beach. So they're let's say
Chula Vista?
Let's say they're about hour and 30 to an hour and 45 away if there's no traffic.
And this is their home turf too.
Yeah.
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 He got the professionals on his side.
Yep. So
I guess you could say the cartels is professional. Professional or savage. You know what I mean?
Right.
Professional savages.
Right. Because they're definitely a full military business infrastructure, for sure. And so they're able to pull the pounds together, but they still barely got when they go in to go pick up the van that's full for them. It said they had 2 hours and 15 minutes left. So they're cutting it hella close, like right now. And they show Ophelia, like they show how they set her up. They got her all chained up and shit, and they give her like water and toothpaste, and she's like, "What? No toothbrush?" And he's like, "Oh, you want to use my finger?" I was like, man, savage.
I know what a crispy ass bitch. First of all, I would have been like, "Give me some food." Not like, "Oh, there's no toothbrush." It's like they got her chained up. She's like, "This is not the Four Seasons." She's like, "You're not gonna kidnap me and hold me hostage at the W." Get the fuck out of
here. Oh man, so it is it's insane. And now and they're driving down. I mean, they got that full they got the full cargo. They got the 300 bricks in there, and yeah, it is
300 pounds. So it's really only 300 pounds. That's crazy. Oh, this is the first shipment. Because what's 300 times 6? So that's 18. So that's what, 1.8 million?
Shit. I mean, I don't even know what they ended up giving.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just thinking of their out of state price. Never mind.
They're getting it. They're getting. Yeah, so I mean, they do end up paying for this. Like, that's the crazy thing is they like even at the end they give them the briefcase. Said, "Wow, they paid in full." But it's really just about getting the work. You know, from them.
I mean, because they're in a bigger war. You know what I mean? They're in a war. They're in, not only a cartel war, but it's the financial war, right? You can't have a war unless you get no money. You know what I mean? How are you going to support a war? Yes.
Yeah. And so yeah, and then the craziest part is I mean, shit, right when they're getting like hella close, you know, they keep showing all the street signs. And for me, like living in San Diego, super nostalgic because it's like all the things that I'm used to seeing, you know, all the different.
Is it more different too because you're not at home anymore?
No. Okay. I mean, I drove that freeway.
Well, I mean, like you're seeing it, and you're like, oh shit, like you know what I mean?
Nah, because they're just showing the street signs, and that's
it. Oh, hold on, she found me.
And but the craziest part is they're getting like real close to like Chula Vista. I think they got like 15 minutes left or something like that. I mean, hella close, and like they see a cop, like, I mean, he's going 90 or something like that, going 85 or 90, and like he Chon is the one who's in the passenger seat, and he's like, dude, slow down, the cops are like bees around here. And then he sees a cop, like, I mean, shit, like if he says that, like, I mean, it should have been a little bit longer because the cop was like literally like right beside them, and he goes a little bit past, takes his foot off the gas, and then brakes. The cop starts braking like as well, gets like right behind them, and he hasn't turned on the lights or anything. He's like, holy fuck, man, this fucking cop. And it's like, this man, those California highway patrols, man, like they suck on the 5 freeway. And he sees him, he's like, oh, this motherfucker. And said 300 pounds, man, we're fucked. And Chon, he's a gangster. Like, he was like, nah, man, he's fucked. And he starts like loading up the shotgun and just getting ready to be with it. And he was like, man, this cop better not pull us over or he's dead. And Ben starts like singing like, no, Mr. Officer, don't pull us over. It's not your night to die. And oh man, the lights come on. The lights come on, the tensions are high, super high, and he's like, all right, fuck it, I'm getting off. And he turns on his signal. That's when the lights come on, right? When he's turned on the signal to get off the freeway. Pauses for like a sec, gets off the freeway, and the cop just like goes around him. And it's like that crazy anxiety moment is over. High anxiety. And now they have to actually go drop this off. They go drop it off. I don't even know where it's at. It's at Cleaners or something. They pull up. They're talking to the pull up, and they're talking to the person. And he's like, leave turn the engine off. No. The cars come, pulls them out, pretty much pushes them up against the building. And he's like, if anybody follows us or you guys make any calls or anything, the girl's going to die slow. They take off in the van. Now they got that. They leave them the car, and then the briefcase is in the car with all the cash, and there's a flip phone in there as well. And then they got a call. They got a call and let them know what's up. And now they actually give them the new deal. And the new deal is 3 years. It's the same deal as before, but now Ophelia is out after the first year. So she's gonna be a prisoner for a year with this new deal.
It's like, yo, fuck that. We're gonna kidnap this motherfucker.
He was like, oh, would not last 3 days. Hell no. Like, she's like, hell
yeah. How long is it supposed to have been at this point? Like 2 days, right? That she's been hemmed up.
No, not even 24
like a day. Okay. Oh, that's right, because that was the time they got.
Yeah. Yeah, because like they didn't even know that she was gone. Like she was gone for maybe like an hour or two, by the time when they found out about it.
Dumbass broad.
Yeah. And then they go see what's his name? Dennis. And now they're just hella pissed. They're trying to figure out what the hell is like going on. And he pretty much tells them just like do whatever she says. And Chon's not having it. Like he pulls out the knife, fucking gets him right there, and like you better get us some fucking intel like on this shit. Like they need to figure some shit out. And Dennis is the one who gets the brunt of the gun. Yeah. Not even metaphorically. Really gets it. Stabs his hand. Fucking busts his nose with the fucking gun. You just stabbed a federal agent, and that's what he hits him with the gun. Like he doesn't give a fuck. Like he's ready to kill him.
Yep. Tell me who the fuck her family is. Give me something, you bitch ass motherfucker.
Still doesn't even. I mean, he gets some good like info, but I mean, it's info that they don't even care about. Like that's the thing.
He's just trying to get anything at that point.
Yeah. And like Ophelia, oh man, like so creepy with her and Lado. He's cutting steak for her and shit and feeding her, and oh man, she's got to go along with everything. She's just along for this crazy.
He's like, ride. I got a new sex slave. I mean, that's what he was thinking. He's like, I'm gonna fatten her up first.
Yeah. Savage. Savages. You know what's funny? There's one person I had to like triple take at it, and it even took me watching the behind the scenes to realize that he's in there. JP from Grandma's Boy is one of the hackers that's in there. It's like in a real quick scene, and it's like pretty much right after like the dentist part. He like gets a credit card, and they see all these, they get all the paper, they get the whole paper trail, and they're trying to find the dirt on someone to, deliver the snitch to them or whatever. He's the one who's like there hacking away with a little, I don't know, almost fedora hat.
Hacking.
He didn't do the gay robot. That would have been funny if they would have somehow like mixed that in there.
Like cut. I mean, yeah, Grandma's Boy was already out.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, the thing that was crazy with like now Ophelia, like man. It's so ridiculous, like with her. Like obviously she's like, she's a prisoner right now, but it's just funny, like the way that she's like trying to like talk her way out of this is like, I mean, she's literally just talking to a camera, not to anybody specific, but of course it's Elena watching it, and she was like, my mom is gonna be looking for me, and she's gonna call the FBI because I know like my dad used to work for the FBI or the CIA or like
way too much information, baby girl. And it's so funny though, like this that shit had me dying, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
And she was like, I can maybe be here like 7 to 10 days, but anything more than that is just going to be a little bit too much. And
she had a hair appointment, bro. Hair appointment in about a week.
She does start talking shit though, and she was like, and then how come I can't get a better meal? How come I only get pizza? Can't get a salad every once in a while?
He's trying to fatten her up, man.
And then it was him feeding her the steak after that, because they weren't feeding her well enough. So that was like, it was her reward and punishment at the same time.
Give her the steak, goddammit.
But one thing they do find out with this paper trail though is they do find out like a location, and you see them scouting it, and they're like, all right, this is where the money's at, and it's some rural area. That is for sure. It's got a bridge and like one way in, one way out, and
that if you're a military motherfucker, that's the place you plan to attack, right?
Hell yeah, because you got all the dudes up on the mountains, hiding behind rocks and shit, and like, there's no way that these guys are being seen. And yeah, I mean, a couple guys are the ones who get up close. I mean, that's Ben and Chon, and like they got to be the savages here and actually get like real close up on it. He gives them a chance too, Chon. He's like, here's your chance to back out. And because they had that, they got more than 6 SEALs. Yeah. Out there, like that's for sure. So
it's basically telling them, listen, Ben, once we blow this whistle, you could easily become a casualty of war here, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's about to go down.
Yeah, I mean, they got their bulletproof vests on and all that, but I mean, we're talking about the cartel. I mean, both sides here are equally strapped up with crazy amounts of artillery here. They were just ready for it though. Like they knew what they were coming into. It's an ambush for the cartel. They're not ready. And of course they start hitting it. It's like he gets to a certain spot. Bam, he hit it with like the whole fucking
bogeys at 12 o'clock or whatever.
3 bogeys coming your way.
3 bogeys coming your way. Like, oh shit, there's 3 of me, bro.
What universe is this?
They got 3 variants.
And so they actually blew that up with people driving. Like all of these, everything that happened, there's no CGI or nothing. They really did these explosions and stuff in this area. They said this is the first time since 9/11 that anyone's been able to film in this location. And this was like a prime location, I guess, for movies back in the day of like blowing shit up, because it's so like out in the middle of like, kind of nowhere-ish in like North LA somewhere. And but yeah, so that was one of the, I mean, all of these things actually happened, and the safety features are way over my head, but pretty much, I mean, the whole bottom undercarriage of these of the shit is like so reinforced that there's no getting through. There's like a safe zone inside of the car that like nothing is going to hit that zone. Yeah,
impenetrable.
But you have the roll cage, because one of them fucking rolled over, and all that. So, shout out to the stuntman who made that happen, because there's a lot of shit going on in that scene.
Yeah,
I mean, the shit blew up right when they were jumping away from it. Like, I mean, I know they weren't like super close to it, but I mean, enough to where, feeling that heat. That's got to be for sure.
That's one of them scenes too, where it's like you got like 11,000 fucking cameras everywhere. You're like, okay, we got one shot at this.
Yeah, you don't have 2 shots.
You know what I mean? Everybody on your mark. You know what I mean? Cue the truck.
And the reason why they did this hit initially is because they needed to get like, what did they say? They tried to make a negotiation, and I think the price on it was 15 mil was like the price if like you want to pay to like let her go.
Yeah, to give you can buy the freedom.
Yeah. And so they didn't know how much they were going to get from this, but they knew it was going to be a fat stash for sure. And man, just the whole scene. I mean, Ben wasn't ready for this. Like, he's lucky that they got so many trained professionals, around him, because he was like 2 seconds away from getting killed. And luckily Chon was there when the dude got up in his face, blasted him. And it was
looking around, Ben.
Yeah. Like just literally like a couple seconds of hesitation almost got him killed.
I ain't gonna lie. This movie makes me really angry now.
Why?
Because she's not even that righteous, bruh.
Ah, come on. It's not.
God, 2 motherfuckers I guess because they care for her as a human, right? But fuck this bitch, bruh. Fuck Ophelia.
I mean, there's probably not too many chicks in the world who would like be cool with that arrangement. You know
what's funny? I was just before I knew we were doing this movie, I was just throwing out suggestions. Remember, and I brought up that movie Bandits. Kind of the same premise.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the one broad, and she's fucking with both the bank robbers, and like you know what I mean, separately.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually, and then it's like a rom-com esque.
Yeah, for sure.
Like a bank heist movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so they end up losing 7 men in this heist. Not their side, not the Ben and Chon side, the cartel side. And like they blow up like 3 of their buildings. I mean, shit, they had the grenade launcher and shit. And like, yeah, I mean, they were ready for war.
These motherfuckers are so happy. They're like, bruh, thank you for calling me, Chon. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what were they doing with their time? So it's almost like they're just hired mercenaries or something. You know what I mean? Because that's what most of the motherfuckers is. Like, whenever you need high-end security, you're hiring the baddest motherfuckers in the world. I got bodies on them, legitimately. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because we're talking about trained killers. You know, like I mean that's what we're talking about. These guys who might not have that switch. Yeah.
Yeah, and in your head. I didn't know that though. He's a SEAL too, right? It's not just the homies.
Right.
Yeah. See, look at that.
Yeah. They meant. I think they said it once or twice that he was a SEAL. Yeah.
Okay, I must have missed that. I just thought it was the homies.
Of course, these are like the baddest motherfuckers around. You know, like these are dudes that were in his squad.
Delta Strike Force.
Yeah. And so I have no idea what's going on as far as like, so Elena doesn't know. Like they don't let her know. They keep it on the down low. Like that's what
you don't like that.
They don't know. So spoiler alert: Benicio del Toro, he's a double agent.
Yeah, because he wants to keep the bitch too. You know what I mean? He's over here like, listen, I'm fattening her up.
And we'll see in what it was. She like, okay, so at least one of the things when they're talking, they have a pretty long conversation. Is like, can I speak to the man who runs this? And then Ophelia, like she takes it away, and like now you can actually see her face. Like you're speaking to him or whatever the hell she says. And
you're talking about Selma's character? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, not Ophelia, Elena. And and I don't know what the hell. A lot of this bullshit, but it's funny because like she just wants to get high, and she was like, "Can I have some of the stuff that we're all fighting about here?" And pretty much. I don't know why Elena like is even like trying to look down her nose at her for like wanting to smoke while she's like imprisoned. But she knows she's just a prissy little bitch is what it is.
Yeah, I already gave you some fucking steak, bitch. Shut the
fuck up. Now you want the weed too?
You want the mota? Hey, listen, now she's bringing me back around. Now I like the bitch because it's true to her form. She's just a prissy ass, entitled ass bitch. She don't know no better. I'm more upset with the 2 dudes.
And when you're not, because she even said, so her dad wasn't around and her mom was just some rich chick who was like always gone and like pretty much raised herself is like what it sounds like.
With daddy and mommy's credit cards.
I mean, shit, like, yeah, like what can you expect, right?
I mean, shit, that's the woe is me, right? Woe is me. I'm so lonely and rich in Laguna. I mean, that's basically what that fucking show was about. That reality show that my girl used to watch.
I only do drugs because I have nothing to do.
I'm saying. You know what I mean?
So this whole then the next little part that we have. So Elena doesn't know anything about it. She's still cool as a cucumber, over there. But they send a message that they want Ben to go alone to go meet these fucks. And now they start questioning him. They tell him what's going on and all that. He doesn't crack, but it's definitely like, I mean, Benicio del Toro knows that he's lying. But Alex is like, man, they have way too much to lose. They're not going to do something like this and put that girl in danger.
Yeah.
He's not a good judge of character, Benicio del Toro.
Yeah, they're just trying to figure out, like, okay, listen, would they really do that? Like, nah, bro, we're the most savages, bro.
Yeah. And then you see who's the most savage, but it's fucking Benicio del Toro. Because, he's not just going to give her a joint or anything like that. Because anytime she complains, it's like
he has to do it.
It's his job. So it's like, so now he's got to hear it. Like, oh, get me in trouble again, huh? All right. So now he gets a joint, and like the only way you're getting it is with the shotgun hit.
I told you he was like, listen, after I didn't hand fed you steak.
He's a savage. And then he's got the other chick who's like there's like 3 people in his crew, and like the chick that's in his crew, the badass, she's like mixing up a little concoction. I don't know what the hell she puts in the water, but he makes her drink the water, and then just blurs, but it's her getting all fucked up. Who knows what she's on, after that. But
I mean, they're in Mexico, bro. They got it all.
That was where
do they got her hemmed up? They don't even got her hemmed up in Mexico.
They got
her hand up somewhere.
Do they take no, yeah, you're right. It's not so. Yeah, we have no idea where it is, because I don't.
Because her name is later constantly patched in. Like Selma's, she's always patched in.
Yeah, it's not until later that Elena comes to the U.S. and then they actually like meet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know where the hell they are. They're at some hideout. Yeah, exactly. Maybe somewhere.
They're in Cucamonga. They're fucking, what's that shit called?
Yeah, Rancho Cucamonga.
Rancho Cucamonga. They're in there with the cousins, the Aztec warriors in there, bro. The hideout.
Little Joker.
The little Joker is the little stash house.
But Benicio del Toro's a savage because he has his way with her. She doesn't. We don't even know it at this point. It's not even until later because he records it and shows her,
he drugs her, and then fucks her for sure.
Yeah, he's a fucking savage, man. He's a fucking savage, and it's just to show her later. Like I mean, it was really. Who knows what the hell the reason was? Necessarily behind the recording and showing, other than to make her remember. And
I mean, it's when you have some type of mania, right, or psychosis, which these guys clearly have, you know what I mean? They're all sociopathic and shit like that. That's par for the course. Egocentric. Hey, look at this. Look what I just did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not enough to just get away with it. They want to make sure she knows, you know what I mean? Which is make them extra horrible. Savage.
Yeah, he's a fucking savage. And then Elena does come to I don't even remember the reason why she comes to the States either. I really don't remember. I think it was maybe to see her daughter, I think is what the main reason might have been. But she comes in and she goes to like a reservation, somewhere that's gonna be
that's gonna be no jurisdiction. And
yep. And yes, they hide her out. And I mean it's a crazy like compound that they like take her to, where she's like hidden at and stuff. And it's insane, man.
Yeah, I mean, what's crazy, because outside of LA, there's little pockets like that everywhere. Like Goldberg, he lives somewhere outside of LA, has a crazy ass compound.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson, didn't he have like a crazy ass compound too?
I think so.
The first iteration of the Mike Tyson Ranch or whatever.
Yeah, and Uncle Buck. Okay, yeah, he said that it was to visit her daughter. Yeah, okay,
yeah, okay,
that was the reason, because it really was. Because she was talking to her daughter before that, and she was like, "Mom, I'm really like busy with like class and all that." She's like, "I'm really busy too, but I'm gonna come visit you up there." And yeah, that's what it was. And yeah, Elena's just talking shit to everybody, to Alex, to Lado, Benicio del Toro, and like, yeah, there's a lot of drama like going on. And then now this is where they get more intel on Alex, that dude, the main guy. It's like hard to even explain who the hell he is, but they get more intel on him, and that's gonna be, it's to try to show that he's like the snitch, but they're not buying it for like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, okay, now I remember where we're at. Okay.
Yeah, he's like showing them like, look at this paper trail, and like it's like all these deposits are like coming like right around the time of like your shipments or when the shipment was
and that's because he got the hacker homie.
Yeah,
you got the hacker homie decorating it up, doctoring it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I guess it's crazy because I mean I say that they didn't give two shits about it. Like they made it seem to him like they didn't give two shits about it. But they hemmed up Alex, like they hemmed him up and they killed his ass.
Of course. You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, bro. You know what I mean? That's par for the course. They're all slaves, bro. When you work for the cartel, you're a slave, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was there was no remorse like for that. And I mean, they felt bad like about it, because then they think that they don't know whether he's the snitch or not. That's just like the person that they had to try to like point to. And so they were wrong, but there is a snitch though. They were just wrong about it.
Yeah, she was like, who the fuck is the fucking rat? Or what is she, how does she word it?
Yeah, the rata.
The rata.
And yeah, like they fucking make Ophelia like watch this shit because they're right there and they're gonna make them like put in work like in person, you know, like you're gonna call this motherfucker out, like, yeah, all right, now you gotta watch all this shit, maybe even partake, you know, in it.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah. Savage, you gotta make him, you know what I'm saying? What more savage than that?
Yeah, for sure, real savage, and pretty much like just burning him to like death, pretty much is what it is.
Yeah,
like,
that was raw, bro.
Yeah, it's wild, man. And Ben's not ready for it. Like, I mean, you see them, like, Chon's got to, like, talk his ass down, like, you know, from all this. This is some wild shit.
Because now he got the blood on his hand. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
That might be like, I guess that's not the first blood on his hands.
No.
I mean, Ben personally.
Well, I mean, because
listen, he didn't kill that guy, but he was involved in getting that guy killed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because even like, you know, when they're doing the what's it called, the robbery or whatever, it's Chon who kills that dude, but it's just the blood that like splatters all over his face. So like, might as well have been him being like that close a range to where.
I love the fucking. I love how, because that's some straight up fucking. It's like, oh man, don't worry, man, you got your first blood spray. You know what I mean? For Johnny, you're tripping. He's like, listen, man, welcome to the club. You ain't got into the mix till you got some blood spray on your face. You're part of the club.
And now this is going to bring us to the end of act number 2 here, because now here's where we get a really big twist. So we know Dennis is on the payroll for Ben and Chon, you know, and we know that he's got intel about the cartels.
He's a double triple agent.
Yeah, Lado comes over to his house, and like the last time Lado came over, you know, it was to kill someone. I mean, he might have. I think that he was very close to taking out Dennis, but he lets him live to make sure that he gets intel.
Mm-hmm. So tune in next time for the conclusion of Savages.
Make sure you guys follow the audio podcast if you don't already. Silver Screen Breakdowns on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Make sure you follow us there as well.
Yeah.
Act number 3. Here it comes. The conclusion. This crazy ass twisted web of debauchery we call Savages.
Picture shit. This ain't a dream, we really live this shit. Don't intervene, yo, we with this shit. That's where the most high, we the most lit.